First part. The political story of Melania Trump to Jasmine Crockett, Melania. Trump waited until the cameras stopped rolling. Then, without turning her head, she leaned slightly toward Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and whispered, "You should be careful who you call out. Some of us never forget." What she didn't realize was that her microphone was still on. The moment began earlier that day at a televised political panel in Albany. The topic was civility in modern politics. Melania, still serving as First Lady, hadn't appeared on a political program in years. Her entrance alone drew attention. Navy coat dress, cream heels, poised and silent. 3 seats down sat Jasmine Crockett, the fiery Texas Congresswoman known for her sharp tongue and bold critiques. Recently, some of those critiques had seemed aimed, subtly but unmistakably, at Melania. The panel started smoothly. The moderator, Steve Barkley, asked general questions about respectful discourse. Melania's answers were calm and carefully worded, Jasmine's quicker and more direct. "Real strength is not loud," Melania said. "Sometimes noise is the only thing people hear," Jasmine shot back. No one interrupted, but a quiet tension built. And when asked whether the White House had contributed to growing political division, Melania answered, "I can't be responsible for how others react, only for my own words." Jasmine replied, "But silence is a response too." Then came the commercial break. Lights dimmed. Staff moved in quietly. Jasmine joked with another panelist. Melania remained still, composed. But then she leaned in and spoke those now infamous words. Jasmine paused, turned slowly, and answered with a flat expression. "That's supposed to scare me?" That exchange, never meant for air, was picked up by a backup mic feed. Angela Russo, a junior editor, heard it while reviewing footage. Unsure what to do, she clipped the 20-second audio and sent it to a friend. Within the hour, it hit social media. Hot mic moment. Melania Trump whispers to Representative Jasmine Crockett. Leaked audio. Listen for yourself. The clip, grainy video with crystal clear audio, spread like wildfire. Twitter, TikTok, news outlets. The hashtags exploded, and Hot Mic Melania or Careful Jasmine at Civility Queen cable news ran segments. Analysts debated the meaning of the phrase. Was it a threat, a warning, something else? Jasmine didn't issue a statement. She simply tweeted, "Some people hide behind quiet voices. I don't." And with that, the whisper turned into a headline, a viral flashpoint in an already divided political landscape. Second part, the political story of Melania Trump to Jasmine Crockett. Dion Shields had been sleeping on the office floor for 2 nights, managing the wave of responses and monitoring threats. This wasn't just a media flare-up. People felt it. They projected their own stories onto it. One message read, "I've been silenced like that. Thank you for not shrinking." Jasmine read it twice. She hadn't asked for this kind of spotlight, but she wasn't about to step out of it now. Meanwhile, Melania stayed silent. To some, it was strategic, to others, suspicious. The media filled the gap with panels of psychologists, analysts, and former aides. Some said the whisper was personal, others called it calculated. Then a leaked internal email surfaced. Melania had asked not to sit next to Representative Jasmine Crockett. That changed everything. Now people were wondering if the moment had been planned. Jasmine wasn't new to pressure, but this felt different. She watched the clip on repeat, thought about the timing, the delivery. It didn't feel casual. It felt like a message that had been waiting to be delivered. An old friend called Ruthie from her early DC days. "You scared her," Ruthie said. "Without even trying, that's the problem." Reporters wanted a statement. Jasmine gave them something better, a handwritten letter to her constituents. "I was elected to speak truth, not to whisper behind cameras. I won't change that for power or position." The post went viral. Teachers, nurses, teenagers, grandmothers shared it. "You're the reason I started paying attention," one message read. Behind the scenes, the real story was unraveling. The hot mic wasn't a glitch. Angela Russo, a junior editor, heard the whisper during her shift. She clipped the audio, shared it with a friend, and within hours it was everywhere. Angela didn't regret it, not when she heard her mom in that whisper, or the countless women dismissed for being too much. What stunned her was how fast it all spread, and how silent the station stayed. A quiet investigation began. One executive, Riley Sharp, found her name on the logs and closed the file. He'd heard the whisper too. Jasmine wasn't just fighting for herself anymore. The story had hit Congress, campaign trails, and living rooms. And when a reporter asked if the First Lady should apologize, Jasmine replied simply, "I think the First Lady knows exactly what she said." Then she walked moral and final and third and last part. The political story of Melania, Trump to Jasmine Crockett. Subscribe my channel English Story. Jasmine Crockett didn't ask for the spotlight, but she wasn't the type to back down when it found her. After a whispered comment from Melania, Trump was caught on a hot mic. "You should be careful who you call out." The internet exploded. Analysts, late-night hosts, and everyday citizens weighed in. Was it a threat? A warning? A power play? Jasmine responded, not with outrage, but with clarity. Her op-ed, "Words in the Dark Still Have Power," didn't name Melania. Instead, it addressed how power often hides behind politeness, and how warnings are sometimes disguised as advice. The question, she wrote, is not whether someone meant harm, but why they felt they could say it to begin with. It struck a nerve. Teachers, nurses, grandmothers, and teenage girls shared it. Some printed it out. Some called it a mirror. Melania stayed silent. To some, that read as dignity, to others, guilt. But silence, in the wake of a hot mic moment, spoke volumes. Then came a private dinner in Dallas. No cameras, no press, just power in a quiet room. Both women attended. During a break, they crossed paths in a hallway, alone. Melania spoke first. "You wrote beautifully." Jasmine replied, "Thank you." What followed wasn't reconciliation, but recognition. "I admire you," Melania admitted. "You speak without fear. I was taught to survive by choosing silence." Jasmine answered softly, "Silence doesn't protect people like me. No hugs, no headlines, just a moment." Months passed. The media moved on, but the phrase hot mic moment became shorthand for truth slipping through polish. Jasmine's op-ed was used in classrooms, non-profits, sermons. Melania never addressed the incident again. Jasmine did, not louder, just steadier. In one speech, she said, "My voice may bother some, but I wasn't elected to whisper." That stayed with people, because the real story wasn't just about two women. It was about how power speaks and who's expected to stay quiet.